to understand now. Okay, so now yesterday what did we do? We saw something called as conditional statements, right? So we saw something called as what? Conditional statements. Okay, so this was the topic which we discussed in yesterday's session. Okay, and what was it majorly concerned into? Okay, based on certain condition, I need to take some decision over here. Okay, so now, here, what are the different things we saw? If, else, and if. Okay, so these were the few decision making statements which we have seen in yesterday's session. Okay, now, so what is simple if, guys? What is simple if here? Simple if meaning we are concerned only with the positive scenario. If and else, only positive and negative scenario. If else if, when we have multiple conditions to be checked, you are supposed to come across something called as conditional statements. Okay. Now, yesterday I had given you some assignment as well, right? Majority of you have sent me through WhatsApp or either mail. Okay, you have sent it to me and I have replied a few. If you haven't replied, I'll reply to you all very soon. Okay. So this is all we have discussed in yesterday's session, right? So in today's session, we are supposed to talk about a simple concept. Okay, it's a very, very simple concept. What is that concept all about? Okay, so that is nothing but nested if. Okay, the concept which we are going to talk about is something called as nested if here. Okay, what is nested if? What is nested if here? It's a very, very simple topic. Okay, we know what is if condition, right? Okay, when I tell nested if, it means one if is present inside another if here. Okay, it simply means here what? One if is present inside another if over here. Okay, so what are the different things we have here? Okay, what are the different things we have in it? So let me give you the syntax first so it becomes easy for our understanding perspective. Okay, so nested if meaning we have if, open parenthesis close, and open curly braces close. So this is nothing but the if condition, and I have to give the condition within this particular parenthesis over here, right? So this is called as outer if. What do we call it as? We call it as outer if. What is nested if? One if is present inside another if. So we have one inner if condition as well. Okay, so this is called as nested if. Okay, I give the condition over here. Okay, and what do we call this as? We call it as inner if here. So what is nested if, guys? Nested if is nothing but one if is present inside another if here. This is what we call it as nested if. Clear? So now let me try to check. Okay, let me try to develop a program so that it becomes easy for our understanding perspective. Okay, for execution purpose here, we made use of Notepad all these days, right? And yesterday we just kick-started with something called as Notepad++. Okay, now we will try to do it in Notepad++. Okay, so I open Notepad++. Okay, great. So this was the topic which we did yesterday, wherein we saw marks, validation, everything. Okay, so we are done with this program. Now we are supposed to create, okay, a Java program. So what is the step here? First step is we are supposed to create a class and we have to give the class name, and the class name is nested if. Clear? So later we have to have our main method, public static void main, within parenthesis it is string array of arguments. Okay, now so we also have a class and we also have our main method wherein the execution is always beginning from. Okay, great. Now here let me have a couple of questions. Let me have a couple of things here. See here, I will have a variable int a equals to 5. That's more than sufficient. Okay, int a equals to 5. Now I'll write one if condition here. See, if open parenthesis close, open curly braces close, and I give the condition over here. If a is lesser than or equal to 10, okay, the control will come inside. Okay, the control will come inside. So I will tell system dot out dot println, and I print some content over here. I print some content. What is it? I just tell here inside outer if. Okay, inside outer if here. That's it. Okay, I'm just trying to print inside outer if. And then I check one condition here. Okay, check one condition. If phi, okay, if phi a equal to 5. Okay, if it is a equal to 5, then I have one more curly braces. Okay, else. Okay, I'll just write it as system dot out dot println. What am I supposed to do here? I will write it as a a oh my god, a is equal to 5. Okay, so here I'll just copy paste this. Okay, so a is not equal to 5. Okay, that's all about it. And I'll have one outer else also. Outer else also. So what will I do it in outer else? In outer else, I'll just write it as a is greater than okay 10. Yeah, that is sufficient. I'm not trying to concat anything. Okay, now let me save this program, guys, and I'll explain it to you. Don't worry. Okay, I'll explain it to you. Okay, so let me save that particular file here. Let me save it. Control S. Okay, Control S is I need to save it. Okay, so when I want to save it, it's asking me, Uday, where do you want to save your programs, right? On the desktop, okay, we have created a folder. I have to search for a folder called as Java programs, right? I open that folder. Over here, I'll give the class name as nested if. Class name, file name should be same. .java. The extension of all Java programs is .java, and save as type. We are supposed to give the file name as Java source file and tell it as save. Okay, so we have successfully saved a Java program, right? Now we have to understand what is the output. Okay, so now see here, guys. What is my a value? Sir, a value is 5, sir. Very good. Is 5 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes. Okay, this is nothing but true. Why true? Why? Because 5 is lesser than or equal to 10. So what happens? The outer if will get executed completely. So what is this called as? This we call it as outer if, right? So this outer if will get executed completely, and this is called as outer else. Okay, this is called as what? Outer else, that is ignored. So now the control gets inside. So what it will happen? Inside outer if will get printed, and later I check my a value. Is a equal to 5? Yes, true. A is equal to 5 will get executed, and the inner else is ignored. And what happens here? The inner else will get ignored here. Okay, this is inner else, and this is inner if. Inner if, like, see, it's like AND condition, guys. See, if the outer if is true, the control comes inside and the inner if gets checked here. So it's like I'm checking a couple of conditions. If the first condition is true, the control comes inside and I check the second condition. So that's how we are supposed to understand this, right? So now, okay, sir, we understood it. So where am I supposed to execute it, sir? On the command prompt. So how will I open my command prompt? Sir, Windows R will open the Run tab and search for CMD. Okay, so this is wherein your CMD, meaning your command prompt, will appear. Now here, what are we supposed to do? Sir, it's pointing to C users admin, right? So we are supposed to tell cd desktop. Okay, when I tell cd desktop, my control moves to the desktop. Then cd Java programs. Okay, cd desktop, cd Java programs is nothing but we are moving my control to the desktop and then Java programs. Okay, now and then I need to compile it. No, what is the steps for compilation? Java C nested if dot Java and I tell enter. So the compilation should also happen in a beautiful manner. And then I need to interpret it. So once when I interpret, the command uses Java nested if. So now am I getting the output here? Yes, I got the output. Clear? So this is what we are supposed to understand over here. Got it? Clear everyone here? Okay, done. Okay, this is all about the existing data here. Okay, now similarly over here. Okay, this is one program. This is one program, and I give it as 7. Now I give the output input. I mean, see inside outer if a is equal to 5. Now I'll give it as okay 7. What will be the output? First, is 7 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes, true sir, true sir. So what happens? Outer if should get executed and the outer else is ignored. Okay, outer else is ignored, but the outer if should get executed. Again, inside outer if will get executed and I check the A value. Is 7 equal to 5 here? No, no matter what, 7 is not equal to 5. So what happens? This is false and the inner else will get executed. The output will be A is not equal to 5. Okay, so if you want to cross check, you can compile your program. In order to compile, I'm trying to do this. Okay, see here, I compile your Java program. Okay, and simultaneously we should also interpret it as well. So once I interpret, can you see inside outer if, but A is not equal to 5 here. Got the clarity? It depends, how does it get executed. Now in this particular scenario, what will be the output here? 70. Okay, 70 I'm giving it over here. What will be the output now? Sir, is 70 lesser than or equal to 10? No, it is false. If the outer condition is false, the control will never ever get inside. The control will never get inside. Why? Because the outer condition is only false here. So how will the control get executed? So therefore, the outer else will get executed. So what will be the outer else here? A is greater than 10 here. So when I want to compile it and when I want to interpret it, okay, did we get the output here? Just check, see, did we get the output? Yes. So this is how we are supposed to understand nested if over here. Nested if meaning one if is present inside another if here. Okay, so this is all about the entire process of understanding nested if over here. Okay, now, so anyone having any confusion, guys? Okay, any doubts here? Let me know here. Okay, any confusions, anyone? I'm going to teach you one more program, but before that, any confusions? Okay, perfect. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Okay. Yes. Now, can we see a similar program for login validation, guys? For login validation, can we see a program? Yes, sir. Okay, we can definitely see it. Okay. So, what is the program I am going to do now? Okay, I am going to do the program for login validation. Okay, sir, what does it mean, sir? What does it mean, sir? I will explain here. Don't worry. So, I'm going to do a program for login validation. That is, first, what I'll do, I will check if the user ID is valid or not. If the user ID is valid, okay, if the user ID is valid true, then what will I do here? I will check the password. Okay, so I will check the password. So if the password is again true, it means login successful. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? I'll just give it as login successful here. Got the clarity? If it is false, here, if it is false, I will just write it as login unsuccessful. Okay, so here it is login unsuccessful. You got the clarity about what am I trying to do here? First, login validation, guys. For login, you require user ID and password. First, I check the ID. If the ID is true, then I check the password. If the password is true, therefore login is successful because ID is also true, password is also true. Now ID is true, ID is true, but the password is false. Then login unsuccessful. Got the clarity? If login is ID is only false here, if ID is only false here, login unsuccessful again. Okay, na? Login unsuccessful. So this is all about it. Okay, so we're just trying to understand the data here. LS means login successful, LUS meaning login unsuccessful. This is all about it. Okay, can we write a program for it? 100%, 101% I can write a program for it. Okay, how, sir? Can you help us build the program? Yes, absolutely yes. Okay, now first I have to write a class. See, control N. When I tell control N, it will open a new file. Okay, now it will open a new file, shortcut key. Okay, now so I will tell class, and the class name is, I will give it as login validation. Login validation. Open curly braces and close curly braces. Okay, now great. So this is a class, and the class name is login validation over here. Okay, great here. After that, I have my main method. Main method is wherein the execution will always start from. So I have public static void main. Within parenthesis, I have to give it as string array of arguments. Okay, then open curly braces and close curly braces. So what have I done, guys? So I have opened a basic editor, that is either Notepad or Notepad++. You can execute your program wherever you want it. Okay, but I have to make use of the basic editor here. Okay, so the class name is login validation, and the main method is wherein the execution will begin from. Okay, now let me save the file. Okay, let me save the file. Control S. On the desktop, I have a folder called as Java programs. I have a folder called as Java programs. Over here, I open that folder and I tell login validation is my class name, and the file name should be same, and the extension of all Java programs are .java. Okay, and then what am I supposed to do? Save as, you have to write it as, Java source file until save. So what have you understood here? You have written a class and you have your main method wherein the execution will begin from. Okay, now in order to log in, into any application here, user ID and password. So these are the two requirements, right? So I will take a variable called as string. String is a data type to store a set of characters. Okay, ID equals to, my ID is admin. Okay, Ashte. So what did you understand? Sir, string is a variable. ID is string is the data type. ID is a variable and it is storing a value called as admin, right? And I'll also have a password. Int is the data type. Password is the variable name and the password is 123. So these are my two requirements, ID and password. Now I have to take some decision. Right? So I take if open parenthesis close, I check the ID. ID, if it's equal to admin, I make use of double equals. Why double equals? Double equals is used for comparing LHS and RHS, but a single equals is used for assigning, initializing. Okay, don't forget it. Then open curly braces, close curly braces. If the ID is equal to admin, so what does it mean? ID is valid. So I'll write it as system.out.println, and I just write it as, okay, user ID is valid. User ID is valid. Got the clarity? Now, okay, next I have to check the password now. If the user ID is valid, then I need to check the password, right? So let me check the password over here. Okay, if open parenthesis close, I check the password. If the password equal to 123. I'm just checking if the password is equal to 123 over here. Okay, so now if the password is equal to 123, and then I'll write it as open curly braces and close curly braces. Okay, then I'll just write it as password is also valid now. Okay, what is valid now? Even password is valid. Password is valid. Therefore, login is successful. So I'll tell it as login successful. Okay, with a smile. Ta-da! Discan. That's it. Okay. So we have one condition over here. Nested if meaning one if is present inside another if. It's like chaining condition. Oh, if the outer condition is come easy, I need to check the inner conditions. Now I'll write one else condition. Else open curly braces, okay, and close curly braces. Don't you think so? See, if the user ID is successful, if it is valid, the control comes inside. Now I check the password. If the password is also valid, then login is successful. But if the password is invalid, so password is invalid. So hence login is unsuccessful. ID might be true, but the password is unsuccessful. Login unsuccessful. I'll have a sad face. Okay, that's it. Okay, now this is all about the entire process here. Okay, great. Now here I will have one else condition, outer else. If the user ID is only invalid here, what does it mean? It's simple. User ID is invalid. Let me write it down in a beautiful way here. So I just write it as, just a moment. User ID is invalid. So login unsuccessful. Again, a sad face. Done. This is all about my program, guys. Okay, so this is all about my entire program here. Okay, so this is what you are supposed to understand when it comes to the programming part. Okay, see, I have two variables. What are those two variables? ID and password. Okay, there are two variables called as ID and password. ID is storing admin, password is storing 123. Now I check if ID equals to admin. So is ID equal to admin? Yes, true. So yes, sir, it's true. Therefore, user ID is valid. So user ID is valid. But the next step is I need to evaluate the password. I check the password. Is password equal to 123? Yes. Therefore, this is also true. What will happen? Password is valid, login successful. And the remaining blocks, everything are ignored. Everything is ignored. Okay. And now, in order to execute it, what will I do here? I will make use of one execution part. So how will I compile my Java program? Java C login validation. Okay, login validation dot Java. I tell enter. Java C login validation dot Java. So it's absolutely valid. No errors, meaning I have not made any mistakes. Then I have to just so if you have that those arrow mark, no, if you just go back to the above arrow mark, okay, up down, so it will go to the previously executed command. So I have to directly tell it as Java login validation. When I tell it as Java login validation, so here can you see user ID is valid, password is valid, hence login successful. Okay, now similarly, I give the password as 12345. Now, the password is invalid. So what will be the output? See, admin is the ID, password is 12345. Okay, now, is ID equal to admin? Yes, true, sir, true. ID is valid. So therefore, user ID is valid. Now I check the password. Password is nothing but 12345. Is 12345 equal to 123? No. The control directly goes to the else block. Okay, if true, if block. If false, else block. Password is invalid, login unsuccessful. So user ID might be true, but the password is still invalid. So login unsuccessful. Can we compile it and see? Yes, compile your Java program, and you can also interpret your Java program. Did you get see? User ID is valid, password is invalid, hence login unsuccessful. So you want both the things to be true. Only then you can achieve it. Okay, now done. So this is how we are supposed to understand, okay, the validation process. Now what if I give valid password, okay, valid password, but invalid here, okay, admin XYZ, okay, I'll write it as admin XYZ. Now what happens? I take the ID. Is ID admin XYZ equal to admin? No, false. So the outer if will never get in executed. The control will never get inside. Why? Because the outer condition is only false. How will the control get inside? So directly the outer else will get executed. So outer else is user ID is invalid and therefore login unsuccessful. See, if the user ID is only invalid, why the hell should I check the password here? Not at all necessary. Correct. So that's the reason I am making use of this particular logic here. Okay. See, if I compile it, if I interpret it, did I get the output? User ID invalid, login unsuccessful. So this is how we are supposed to understand the expected output here. Okay, so this is all about the entire process, and I try to write the output over here so that I can forward it to you later. Okay, and what is the output of nested if here? This was the output of nested if. I'll copy paste it over here so that it becomes easy. Okay, now great guys. Okay, we're done with this entire process. Okay, so anyone having any questions as of now, guys? Did you all understand the procedure here? How do we work around with the nested if here? Any confusions as of now, guys? Okay, great. Very good. Okay, so we are done with this entire process of understanding what is nested if. Okay, we also understood how does nested if work, and we have done it in a beautiful manner. Okay, so next thing, okay, what are we supposed to do it? I will give you an assignment. Okay, don't be like, don't kill me. Okay, assignment is for your improvement. Okay, now I'm trying to give because it's very interesting. Okay, because our initial stages I didn't give you any assignments. The reason was because we didn't come across any logical aspect here. But now since we have come across logical aspect, I'm giving you certain assignments here. Okay, not always I give assignments, but yeah, whenever it is necessary, I tend to give assignments. Okay, na? So don't worry about it. Okay, so now here I'll try to talk about a few things here. Okay, try to understand. Okay, now what is the assignment, sir? What is the assignment, sir? We will do it for matrimony portal. Okay, matrimony. Okay, for matrimony portal here. So what is that here? First, I check the gender. Okay, concentrate. Okay, I check the gender. If the gender is male, it's a character. Okay, gender is male. What will happen here? If the gender is male, okay, you will check the age. Okay, if the gender is male, then you'll check the age. If the age is greater than 21, okay, if the age is greater than or equal to 21, he can get married. Correct? No. So the legal age for a guy to get married in India is what? 21. Okay. So 21. Clear? Now, if the age is lesser than, if the age is not equal, okay, if it is lesser than 21, okay, lesser than 21 here, so he cannot get married. He's still a child. Okay, he's still a child. He cannot get married. Okay, you can write one print statement, whatever you want. Okay, that is up to you. Okay, now done. So we are done with this entire process. Similarly, okay, I check the gender here. If the gender is female, F, okay, if it is F here, okay, what do you understand? It's female. You check the age. If the age is greater than or equal to 18, okay, they can get married. Okay, they can get married. The legal age for a girl to get married is 18, right? Oh, as far as I know, okay. And if it is lesser than 18, she cannot get married. Okay, cannot get married. It's too soon. Okay, so you have to write a program for it. Don't you think so? It's easy. Is it complicated? Absolutely no. Okay, you have to just understand the process of it. If you're going wrong, I'll do the program tomorrow. Okay, now got the clarity, everyone here. First, there are two variables used, guys. There are two variables. What is it? variable is gender and then the age. There are two variables which will come across. If the gender is male, okay, if the gender is M, then you have to ask the age. If the age is greater than 21, he can get married. If it is lesser than 21, they cannot get married yet. So they should have the patience level over here. Okay, and oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, and I check the gender. If it is female, okay, I ask the age. If the age is greater than 18, she can get married. If it is lesser than 18 here, they cannot get married. Understood? Can you write a program? It's pure nested if. Okay, one if within another if here. First you check the gender, then the age. If it is valid, marriage. No, not marriage. Again, gender, outer condition, and this is the inner condition. Try to explore once. Okay, try to explore it in a beautiful manner here. Okay, if you're not able to do it, I will help you out in tomorrow's session. Okay, now, so don't worry, guys. Okay, see, the reason I'm taking so much of time is because I want you all to be logically strong. Okay, why logically strong here? As I told you, many companies here, okay, we have clients wherein they'll ask questions. Okay, they'll ask questions here to come up with a efficient solution. They'll give you the problem statement and they'll tell you to come up with some efficient solution here. Your thinking capacity, your logical way of thinking should improve. That's the reason here these all will play a major role. Okay, that is a major reason I'm trying to ask you, please study all those topics. Okay, now we are done with four concepts as of now. What are those four concepts, sir? We are done with if, sir. We are done with if else, sir, and we're done with if else if. Okay, and we are done with nested if. Okay, so we are done with all the four important concepts here with respect to logical manner, all the four important concepts. Okay, now, and the only thing which I'm left out is with respect to switch. Okay, what am I left out with? I am left out with something called a switch that I'll be doing it tomorrow, not today. Okay, I'll be doing it tomorrow over here for you. Okay, but today what will I do? Okay, yesterday I gave you a couple of questions. Okay, you know, 80% of you all have done it correctly. Okay, and the remaining 20% also you have done it, but you have gone slightly wrong here. Okay, it's very simple, guys. Okay, don't try to think a lot here. You have to think, but not in that small manners, minute manners. Okay, now the question was, I told to check if a number is positive or negative. That was my question, to check if a number was positive or negative. Don't you think so? It's very easy job here, sir. 5, it's a positive number. Minus 2, it's a negative number. 7, 70, it's a positive number. Minus 77, negative. How do you come to the conclusion? Sir, if a number is greater than 0, it's positive. If not, it's negative. Aste. There's no complications over here. So in order to develop it, what am I supposed to do? Very simple Java program. Okay. Control N will create a new file. I'll just write it as, okay, assignment programs. Okay, I'll just give it as assignment programs. Okay. So here, open curly braces and close curly braces. If you want to increase the font size, I will increase a bit. Okay, so let me try to save it. Control S, assignment programs dot Java, and save as all files. Save as what? All. Oh, sorry, Java source file. Okay, I'll search for Java source file and save it. So now you have a number. Okay, you have a number. What is that number? See, int num equals to, I'll give the number as 10. So we all know that it's a positive number for sure, right? So how do we write a logic for it? If the number is greater than 0, that's it. If the number is greater than 0 here, it's positive number. I'll write it as system dot out dot println. Okay, I'll write it as number is a positive number. Okay, that's it. That's all about the entire process. If it is not, this is not true, else condition. Else, what am I supposed to do? Number is negative number. That is all about it. We have to just understand the program perspective. Ashte, we are done with the program actually speaking. Okay. No complications, nothing over here. If it is greater than 0, it's positive. Lesser than 0, it is negative over here. That's it. Now, if you want to execute it, what will you do here? In order to execute it here, each and every time here, what will you do here? You have to open your command prompt. You have to tell Windows R CMD. Okay. Then slowly you have to tell open desktop. Then you have to tell open Java programs. So you have to keep on opening, okay, explicitly, meaning you have to keep on moving to the directories explicitly. But I have one more solution for it. Okay. What is that solution? Where is your Java program stored? On the desktop, there is a folder called as Java programs, right? All your Java programs are stored over there. Open that folder. Once you open that folder here, there is something called as the URL, right? So over here, you have to just search for CMD. Okay, what will you do? You will go to the folder where all your Java programs are there and you will just tell CMD. So once you tell CMD over here, your command prompt will get opened here. But what is it? It directly opens the command prompt in that respective path only. If not, you have to explicitly tell. See, look at the first instance here. But if you open your command prompt by default, it will point to C users admin. So you have to explicitly move to the desktop and you have to explicitly move to the Java programs folder. But how can we reduce it here? How can we reduce it? I go back to the folder where all your Java programs are stored and I will just search for CMD over here. Once I search for CMD over here, automatically command prompt will appear. Got the clarity? So this is one way of understanding the execution perspective. So you can easily execute it. Okay, so I'll execute it. Java C. Okay, I will copy paste it. Java C assignment programs.java. Compilation should be successful and interpretation. Is it true? Yes. 10 is a positive number. I got the expected output. Got the clarity here? Very good. We got it. So if I give it as minus 10, see, if I execute it now, it won't, it will get execute the previous program. Why? It's not yet saved. So it is in red color. So if I tell Control S, save it, it changes its color to blue. So make sure guys always save your program before executing it. Okay. So now here I compile it. Okay. And I will interpret it. Okay. Did I get the output as minus 10 is a negative number? It's simple. Clear everyone here. So this is all about the entire process here. Got the clarity here? Great. So we are doing a lot of logical programs here. Okay. Why? The only reason being I want you all to improve a lot. Okay. Logically you have to be very strong. Okay. Now, so this is the major reason I'm trying to do it. Okay. Now, I'll have even or odd. Again, the same program, even or odd. Sir, how do we check if a number is even or odd, sir? Okay. So, everyone guys, even if you are an experienced guy, okay, you should be logically strong. Okay. See, these all programs will be asked in the interviews, but you will not use it in the project perspective. Why? Because it's a logical. So I'm just trying to tell you how do we think and derive an option. Okay. Now, same program. Sir, how do you check if a number is even or odd, sir? How do you check if a number is even or odd, sir? Very, very simple, guys. Okay, now I'll tell you. See, you have 2, you have 4, you have 6. Okay, and you have, for example, 3, you have 5, and you have 7. So the first row is even numbers and the second row is odd numbers. See here, you divide every number by 2. Okay, every number by 2. Okay, so now tell me what will be the output. 2 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2, remainder 0 here. So it's 2, remainder is 0. Okay, divide 4. See, 2 twos are 4, remainder 0. And 6. 6 here also. Okay, 6 also you try to divide it. Okay. 2 threes are 6, remainder 0. So what is the conclusion you're coming to? Sir, if you divide an even number by 2, if you divide an even number by 2, always the remainder is 0. It is completely divisible, right? Check out for an odd number. Check out for an odd number. 2, 3. Sir, 2 ones are 2, sir. Remainder 1, sir. 5. Take 5. 2 twos are, sorry, 2 twos are 4. Remainder 1 here. Okay. Take 7. 2 threes are 6. Remainder what? 1 here. Sir, if you divide an odd number by 2, okay, if you divide an odd number by 2, always the remainder will be 0. Sorry, 1, 1, 1. The remainder is 1. So in order to fetch the remainder, which operator do we use? Modulus. Modulus is the operator which is used to fetch the remainder. Correct. Got the clarity? See, what is 10 mod 2? What is 10 mod 2? Simple. 2 fives are 10. Remainder 0. So the output is 0. So the modulus operator is used to fetch the remainder. If it is 0, it's an even number. Okay, if the remainder is 0, it's an even number. For example, 17. 2 eights are 16 and the remainder 1. So 17 mod 2, what will it return? 17 mod 2 will return 1. Why? Because it's an odd number. Odd numbers will always return 1 as the remainder. This is all about it. This is the logic here. So in order to develop the program here, what will you do? Simple. See, I check here. I same if and else condition only. Okay, if and else condition only, but I'll initialize a variable as n. N equals to 10. Okay, now. So I write the logic. See, n mod 2. What is n mod 2? 10 mod 2. 2 fives are 10, remainder 0. If this 0 equal to 0, if it is true, then what is the output here? It's a even number, else it's a odd number. Okay, this is all about it. Guys, do you require rocket science for it? Absolutely no. Okay, see here. If n mod 2, what is n mod 2? If 10 mod 2 equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0. So what is this data here? 10 mod 2. What is 10 mod 2? 2 fives are 10, sir. Remainder is 0. Is 0 equal to 0? Yes. 0 equal to 0. Therefore, it is an even number. So will I get the output here? 101% I will get the output. See? Compile it and interpret it. Did I get the output? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have to print n value here. I'm printing num value only. No, that's the reason. I have to print the n value because I've considered the variable as n. No, so I have to print the value as n here. So save it. Yeah. So now when I compile it, yeah. Now did I get the output? Minus 10 is an even number. Okay. Now if I give it as probably I'll write it as 2. Yeah, 215. Okay, 215. It's an odd number, right? So how do we check here? 215. So it's like 107, 214. 1 is the remainder. So what is this? 215 mod 2. 215 mod 2, what is it? Remainder is 1 here. Is 1 equal to 0? No, it goes to the else block. And what will I print in the else block? It's an odd number. Okay, this is all about it. See, compilation done. And then interpretation done. Did I get the expected output here? Yes, I got the expected output here. Okay, this is how we are supposed to think and derive, guys. Okay, it's all about logically strong. Okay, as a fresher, it's mandatory that you have to be logically strong. I'm going to teach you all from scratch level. Okay, even if you know it, bear with me. Okay, because there are a few students who don't know it. So I have to keep everyone in consideration, and that is when I have to teach it. Right? Clear? Now I'll tell you one more small part. Okay, one more small part. What is that, sir? Oh, we don't have space. So let me open a new sheet. Okay, great. So now here, logically speaking, okay, there is one more question. Sir, how do you find the maximum of two numbers? Okay, what is the question? Sir, how do you find the maximum of two numbers? Okay, now I will tell you in the most easiest manner. Okay, there are two numbers, A and B. So here A is 10, B is 5. Which is greater, A or B? A. How did you conclude? If A is greater than B, okay, who is largest? A is largest and B is smallest. In the other condition, if A is 5 and B is 10, if A is greater than B, A is largest. If A is not greater than B, see, if A is not greater than B, then B is largest. Aste, you have to just write it in a very good way. How, sir? I will tell it to you. So you have to write a program to check the maximum of two numbers. How will you do it? Simple, guys. Simple andre simple. So how will you do it? See, I'll write it. I have two variables. A equals to, I'll write it as 2. Okay. Int B equals to 50. Which is the largest here? Okay, we'll take it as 200. Okay. So I'll write the condition. If A is greater than B, okay, if A is greater than B, who is largest? Obviously, okay, I'll write it as A is largest. Okay, A is largest. Okay, now. So now I'll try to print the value of A and B over here. Okay, system dot out dot println. So I'll print the value of A. See, A colon space plus A. Okay, I'm just trying to print the value of A over here plus B. Okay, B colon plus B. I'm trying to concat the data, guys. I'm trying to concat the data. Okay, now, so now when I try to compile and execute it, look at the output. Okay, look at the output here. Compilation and interpretation. Look at the output what I'm getting here. Oh, I didn't give any space over here. No, I'll give one space. Small throw to such space. Okay. Now look at the output. Compilation and interpretation. Can you see the output? A 200, B 50. Who is largest? A is largest. See, whatever I give in double quotes will get displayed as it is. Plus A, meaning I'm concatenating the value of A. Already we have done this, no, early days. And then space B. Whatever I've given in double quotes as it is, and B value will get concatenated. If I give the B value as 500, see, if I give the B value as 500, is A greater than B? Is 200 greater than 500? No, the control goes to the else block. So what am I supposed to do? B is largest. So I'll just try to print it as B is largest. So now when I compile my program, will I get the expected output? 100% I will get the expected. Compile it once and then interpret it. Can you see? A value is 200, B value is 500. Who is largest? B is largest. Understood over here? If A greater than B, A is largest. If not, B is largest. Aste, very simple. What if I give both the values as same? What if I give both the values as same? See, I compile it. I execute it. See, I just get it as B is largest. Why? Because it's not yet efficient. Because see here, as soon as I check if A is greater than B, this is not true. 500 is not greater than 500. So it goes to the else block. Directly B is largest will get executed. So it's not yet efficient. So therefore I have to tell else if, okay, A is lesser than B. Okay, then B is largest. And I can optionally have else block wherein I can tell system dot out dot println. So I'll write it as A and B are both equal. Okay, Aste. Sir, what sir? Are you trying to complicate, sir? 101% no. Okay, so try to understand the program. Okay, you'll only get the clarity about it. Okay, see here, very simple. A value is 500. Okay, we'll take first scenario. 5 and 3. 2. Okay, now A value is 5, B value is 2. Is 5 greater than 2? Is A greater than B? Is 5 greater than 2? Yes, it's true. So what will be the output? A is largest. Got the clarity? Great. So remaining blocks will get ignored. The remaining blocks will get ignored. Okay, now then Similarly, second scenario, if you want to confirm, you do it. You can do it. Compilation done, and interpretation also will be done. Can you see? A is largest. Now second scenario, I'll give it as 20. So now I check. Is 5 greater than 20? False. Is 5 lesser than 20? Yes, 5 is lesser than 20, meaning A is lesser than to a B. So therefore B is largest. Correct. You can also write it as B greater than A. That is also fine. Okay, now you can see, guys, in order to achieve something, there are multiple ways. It's not that you have to follow the same way. I mean, support your instincts. Okay, follow your instincts. Okay, that is wherein it goes well. Okay, now when I compile my program and when I try to interpret my program, look at the output. Did I get output? A is 5, B is 20, B is largest. What if I give both same? Both same. Simple. Is 20 greater than 20? No. Is 20 lesser than 20? No. Automatically else block will get executed. Therefore, it will tell A and B both are both equal. Can you see? A and B are both equal. Okay. So this is all about how good you can logically think and derive one solution here. Got the clarity, guys? This is how we are supposed to think about a particular solution and keep on building it. Got the clarity here? So this is what we are supposed to do in this particular session over here. Okay. So yeah, guys. Okay. So since I have a meeting at 9:30 here today, so that's the reason I'm trying to wind it up early today. Okay. But as I told you, you'll get the hang of it. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. As we go here, you'll be getting the basic clarity about everything. Okay. So yesterday, what was the assignment I gave yesterday? Yesterday's assignment was I told you to oh, where did I write this even and odd? Okay, but just a moment. Yeah, okay, great. So now here, yesterday's assignment was positive or negative, okay, and even or odd. This was your assignment for yesterday, positive or negative or even or odd, and even I have done it today. So I hope people who have gone wrong here, you got the clarity today. Okay, you got the clarity of how do you analyze a program and try to do it. Got it? Great. So today's thing was this matrimony style thing. Okay. Matrimony portal. Okay. Which I told you, you have to do it today. Which is it? This program is assignment for you all. Okay. Na? So try to do it today. And one more assignment I'll give you. Okay. Matrimony is one assignment. Okay. Try to do it, guys. If you're not able to do it, it's fine. I'm not going to kill you. Okay. Na? I understand you might have some other work. So that's the reason you ignored it. Okay. But it's fine. Not a problem. This is the first assignment. Second, you have to find the largest of three numbers. What is the assignment? You have to find the largest of three numbers. I did the maximum of two numbers, largest of two numbers, but you have to do the program for largest of three numbers. Okay, now, so you'll have three variables now, A, B, C. When will you tell A is largest? When will you tell B is largest? When will you tell C is largest? You can do it in two ways. Okay, you can do it in two ways. One is using nested if. Okay, one way is doing nested if, or you can make use of and chaining condition and operator. Okay, using if else if. You explore it today. Okay, you explore it today. So largest of three numbers can be done in many ways. One of the way is nested if. Okay, another way is if else if and operator. You can make use of both and you can try to derive a solution. Okay, so try to implement it as soon as possible. Try to do it. Okay, now. So this is all about the session for today, guys. So do you all have any confusions in today's session, guys? Quickly tell me. Any confusion in today's session? Okay, so there is a program, sir. Can you write a program for prime number? 101% yes. Okay, 101% I can do it. But slowly we'll try to understand. And one more thing which I haven't told you here. Okay, we have something called as programming classes for you all. Programming classes. Okay, what is it? I'll tell you. Okay, one is Java session. Okay, which I would be taking. With respect to conceptual part. Okay, whatever with respect to concepts here, I would be doing it. one more here, one more batch you would have, wherein I'm not sure of the trainer, probably Karthik might take, okay? He'll be training you all on logical questions from even or odd till, okay, reverse a number, okay, check if a number is palindrome or not, array programs, searching, sorting, string programs, okay, pattern programs, try to print this pattern, okay, pyramid pattern. So everything will be taught to you all in programming classes. The Java concept which I do, it's conceptual, okay, na, oops concept, inheritance, polymorphism, this, that, blah, 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 we'll be learning here. But another programming class, you'll be learning logical questions. That also, I'll tell you when is it going to start from. Okay, na? I'll plan up and I'll let you know. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so this is all about it. So I hope there's no questions here. Okay, now, so all those programs I'll do it. Okay, either me or Karthik, anyone will do it. Okay, not a problem. But now I have one request from you all. Okay, that request is I want your name. Okay, name first, second, your contact number, the contact number which you are all active on. Don't give the contact numbers which you don't use it at all. Then your email ID, okay, email ID. Then your percentage in 10th, PUC and degree, okay, clearly, okay, and your year of pass out. That's more than sufficient for me. Okay, and if at all you want, you can give your branch as well. Okay, so try to do it in a nice good way and forward it to me. It can either be in the group, okay, or you can drop me separately as well. Okay, that's fine, but make sure you have to do it as soon as possible because we have one process here. Okay, so that's the reason. Name, your contact number, your mail ID, okay, which mail ID you're using it, okay, 10th, PU, degree, percentage, okay, or CGP or whatever it is, okay, year of pass out and which branch do you belong to? Is it CS, IS, mechanical? Okay, that way. So you can drop me that message here either in the group, okay, or separately, it's fine. Okay, so these are the few things which you're supposed to do in today's session. Clear? Assignments as well as that important note. Clear? Great guys, okay, so we are done with the session for today. Since I'll have a meeting now, I'll be leaving now. Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue with the switch statement here. Okay, so great guys, okay, so we shall wind up a session for today and catch up tomorrow with switch statement. Okay, so thank you all, take care, bye bye, have a nice day.